Flowers are nature's canvas.
Hey guys, welcome back to Creativity and Inspiration. I'm Lisa. Today we're starting the video in a little bit of a different spot just because I want to show you some things that using the overhead camera would not show you to their full beauty. And today, what are we talking about? Flowers and creating and floral creativity, because creating with flowers or floral creativity is a whole nother arm of the creative octopus out there. We do a lot of crafting, paper crafting, other types of crafting on this channel, but you have 7 other arms, or is it 11? I'm not sure how many arms an octopus has, but has a lot. And there are a lot of different arms of creativity. And one of those is flowers. Now, floral creativity can take many different subcategories. My favorite are outside flower beds, designing your yard sort of with flowers, something like this. And then of course, you also have potted flowers, potted plants like this. Now those are my 2 favorite ways to create with flowers. But don't forget, you can also have fresh cut flowers and design them in beautiful vessels in your home, like this little bud vase, or you could have a big floral arrangement like this. But when we're talking creativity with florals, it doesn't always have to be real living flowers. Artificial flowers make beautiful bouquets as well.
Guys, future editing me. I wanted to pop in and share this book. I'll be sharing this book a little bit more with you in our next video when we work with live and dried flowers. So stay tuned, but this is a really cool book if you want to get it. I don't know the cost now. I got it about 3 or 4 years ago.
So let's go in there and we're going to switch to the overhead camera and we're going to create some interesting florals for our journal.
So here's what junk we are working with. This is an old, remember film cameras? Well, this is what you put your film in, dropped it off to get processed. We're going to use this to create a flower because I thought, you know what, it's very colorful. Then I have this postcard that I guess I got from Chick-fil-A or somebody gave to me, and we're going to make a flower out of it. It's blank on the back, so this came in something I ordered, and I thought this would make an unusual flower. And then I thought, you have to mix in a little new with the junk, so I have a piece of scrapbook paper. This is going to be our leaves, maybe our stem. And then, of course, I talked about packaging. I have our brown packaging that we painted over. I specifically grabbed this one. I have tissue paper, and I have this really pretty paper, packing paper that I got and showed you in the last video. So let's make some flowers for junk journals. Now, the one thing is when you make a flower for a junk journal, if you're going to put it inside or on the cover, eventually it's probably going to get flattened. Just keep that in mind. Does it matter? Not to me, but it may matter to someone else. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with our tissue paper flower first. And it doesn't have to be hard, and it doesn't have to be really big. And I'm going to start with the tried and true method of folding our tissue paper back and forth like a fan. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you can tape it in the center if you want to. You can stitch it, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to get a little bit of tape. You can stitch it down if you want. You can do whatever you want to do. And all I'm going to do is tape it down so it stays together. Oops, on both sides. Not a lot of tape, just a little bit. And I'm going to line them up just like that. And we're going to do that. And then you just pull them apart. But the trick to this is you pull them apart. You take the center, you fold it in half, right? And you get something like this. Now, you do it again. So that's one, and I'm going to fold this. See how I just folded the center in half, then kind of pulled them apart a little bit? What I'm going to do is fold this end in a little bit more, so it's really going to be like flat for a journal. And then I'm going to fold it again and press it down. Now we're going to tape it, but not yet. Okay, there's that one. I'm going to get another piece. If you want to cut these, you can cut them. It's up to you. I'm just going to tear. I don't want them the same size because flowers in nature are not perfectly symmetrical. They're not perfect at all. I mean, some are beautiful and gorgeous, but if you looked at them, they're not symmetrical. There's going to be maybe a little flaw here and there in them, and that's okay. Just like there are no straight lines in nature. Okay, and again, I'm going to find the center and just tape it on each side, or one big piece if you want. That will reach all the way around. So you can do two little pieces or one big piece. Then I'm going to fold it in half again. And again, I'm just going to kind of pull it out like that. Then I'm going to get the first one we did, and I'm going to put them together like that. And what I've done on the bottom is I've twisted their bottoms together into a little nub, and I'm going to take my tape and tape them together. I don't want to get any of the petals though. So I'm going to tape them together, the two little nubby parts, and then I'm going to fluff them back out to where it looks like one continuous flower. And these, to me, look like carnations. Now, if you want them thicker, you can always come in with more tissue paper sides and do like 2 or 3 sides. That's fine. But if you just pull all the tissue paper out and crinkle it around, there we go. And there's our flower. Now, how can you use this in your journal? You could put this on your page. And I'm just going to tape it one more time in the back, like that. There is our carnation. And we're going to add one more piece of tape on the back here. And there is our carnation. You could add a little piece in the center if you wanted to. It's that simple. You fold your tissue paper like a fan, find the center, tape it, fold it over, pull it out, fold the bottom over again, and do that with 2 or 3 different sections. tape them all together, and you have a flower. And then if you wanted to, you can push that flat into your journal, or you could leave it a little bumpy. You could do whatever you want to with it. It's yours to create with. And if you want your sides to stay together, add a tad of tape to them. Whatever works for you. So there's our carnation. And again, this part you could honestly fold over and just put in your journal like that. You could trim it down some if you wanted to. Trim half of this off. And then I'm going to take another piece of tape. And there you go. And then it'll lay flat in your journal. And you have a carnation. You could put this on your cover. Whatever you wanted to. A very simple, old school way. But it's a great flower for a junk journal because it's tissue paper. It's going to smush. It's going to look like a carnation from a corsage back in the day. So there's one. Now let's use this and create a flower. And this one I'm going to layer. And what I'm going to do is get a pen. And I'm going to draw some crazy petals. Because remember, flowers aren't perfect. And they're not balanced, okay? So there's our first one. All I can find are my kindergarten scissors. Isn't that funny? They were my son's kindergarten scissors. Now, if you want your flowers to look more like a certain type of flower, by all means, maybe get a stencil or, copy one off of the internet. I personally don't really care. So this next one is going to be a little smaller. That's the same size. We'll cut it down a little smaller. And this again is our packing paper. The tissue was packing and this brown paper is packing paper. And this is one I painted on with a twig outside. If you didn't see that art video, it's on my art channel. And so now we have 2 layers. And what we can do is get one more layer, but first we're going to kind of crinkle it up some. We need these not to be flat. We want them to have some motion in them. We want them to look like they're alive because flowers are alive. And let's cut this down just a little bit here. There we go. And you can take a pen and curl them like that if you want. And they'll curl. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. You can curl them opposite directions. And then you could add in a 3rd layer, just really tiny in the center, or a bigger layer outside. And let's do this little piece that cut off. That's going to be our stem in the center like that. So let's get them all. I'm going to wrinkle up this bottom layer sort of. And then this top layer I'm going to put kind of in between all the bottom layers. There we go. And I'm going to use just a dollop of my Elmer's glue. And then I'm going to put my center in kind of sideways like that. And I'm only going to put some glue on the tip so it kind of stands up a bit. And then there is a very simple double layered. You can triple, quadruple layer this with a bigger layer at the bottom, a smaller layer inside. But there is another flower option. Now for our last one, we're going to use our junk. And I think we're going to use our Kodak because it's so bright. And what I'm going to do is on this side, I'm going to draw a center. And we're going to have a flower like that, like a daisy. So what I'm going to do is draw the petals all separately. So yes, this one's going to be a little more intensive because we're going to have to glue all of our petals onto our center of our... Okay, I'm going to cut these out and I'll be right back. And this is our petal with our center. And what I'm going to do, just come in and attach all of our petals that we cut out to the center one here. And I'm going to turn them around and mix them up so we have different looks, different sizes. So let's start to gluing. And we're just going to take our glue. Oh, do we want that side? Yeah. No, let's do, oh, I can do two. Okay, let's do this. Okay, and then we're just gonna start building this out. And then we're gonna put some more glue. And we're gonna fill in all the spaces in between. So these are littler, so we'll have to kind of come up a little bit more, but that's okay. Let's put this one this way this time. Oh, I put a little more glue right here so I can get this last one on. And then what we're gonna do then I'm gonna put some more glue. Okay. And I'm gonna come in with this one that I cut behind there, and I'm gonna layer it where it goes that way. And then we're gonna let it dry for a minute and flip it over. And there is another flower. And if you want to come back in, you see spots after you flip it over and you have petals left, you can always come back in and add more. It's totally up to you. But that is a super fun way to use your junk to create a daisy. And again, this can go on a page. It can be on a journaling card. It could be on a pocket, whatever you want to. But there's 3 different types of flowers inspired by real flowers for our junk journals. For this center, instead of doing the center that we can't see because there's not a lot of contrast, I'm going to come in with my strawberry off my paper and make that the center of the brown paper flower. Just like that. Let me add just a touch of glue. And there's that flower. We've got this one. Now let's make some leaves. And when you make your leaves, you can tuck them in, and it'll make your flowers pop a little bit more, especially if they are a neutral color. And I love the writing on these. It gives it kind of a different look, like that. And of course for this one, I feel like we need a really big leaf. You could cut your leaves different shapes, different sizes, and there we go. So that is just some ideas how to use trash and packaging mixed with just a little bit of scrapbook paper to create flowers for our junk journals. Again, These could decorate tags, pockets, a page. It could be, you could make a bouquet on the cover. You can make mini versions of these as tabs on your journal pages. Guys, which one was your favorite? Let me know down below in the comments. Also, if you like this video, don't forget, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, but you keep watching, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click that little bell and click all. It costs you nothing and it doesn't spam you. It'll just let you know when new videos post. That's all. It'll light up the little bell at the top of your page. It doesn't text you. It doesn't email you. It just puts a little red dot up by that bell. And that way you'll know when I post and you don't miss any videos. Also, don't forget our next video coming up Friday. We will be talking about using real flower petals and dried flowers in our journals. I will see you then, guys. Take care, and I hope you have an amazing week. Bye-bye. And there.